Metals and nonmetals. It is almost a guarantee that you will touch something metal every day. That just shows how important metals are to the modern way of living. Most elements are metal. Metals are elements which can form positive ions when they react, and they are towards the bottom and left of the periodic table. Most elements in the periodic table are metals, and nonmetals are at the far top right-hand side of the periodic table. Nonmetals do not generally form positive ions when they react. The electronic structure of atoms affects how they will react. Atoms generally react to form a full outer shell, and they do this by losing, gaining, or sharing electrons. Metals on the left of the periodic table do not have many electrons to remove, and metals towards the bottom of the table have outer electrons, which are far away from the nucleus, so have a weaker attraction. Both effects mean that not much energy is needed to remove the electrons, so it is possible to the elements to react to form positive ions with a full outer shell. For nonmetals to form positive ions, it is much more difficult. This is because they are either to the right of the periodic table, where they have a lot of electrons to remove to get a full outer shell, or towards the top, where the outer electrons are too close to the nucleus, so feel a strong attraction. It is far more possible from them to either share or gain electrons than it is to lose electrons to get a full outer shell. Metals and nonmetals have different physical properties. All metals have metallic bonding, which causes them to have similar basic physical properties. Metals are strong and hard to break, but they can be bent or hammered into different shapes. They are malleable. They are good at conducting heat and electricity, and they have high boiling and melting points. Nonmetals do not have metallic bonding, and they don't tend to have the same properties as metals. They are quite dull-looking by comparison. Nonmetals are more brittle. They are not always solids at room temperature, and they don't generally conduct electricity, and most of the time have lower density. Transition metals can be found between Group 2 and Group 3. They are in the center of the periodic table, and these metals are typical metals. They have properties that you would expect of a proper metal. They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They are very dense, shiny, and strong. Transition metals also have some unique and special properties, like they can have more than one ion. These metals are often colored, and so compounds that contain them are colorful, and they often make good catalysts.